All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. We're going to be talking everything alien worlds today, and all of you have come from the Go Fractally Fractal Governance sessions and are new to alien worlds. And if you are a big gamer and excited about the gaming and blockchain, Alien Worlds is less of what a traditional gamer would think of an action-packed, big graphics game. The history of it was the EOS DAC block producer and group was the first instance of a DAC on EOS. And if we look at the history, they actually made their block producer into a DAC before EOS was actually live. And they developed a stack of software, EOS DAC, and after that, the DAC factory, to let the community vote with their tokens to elect custodians to be in charge of the decisions and the movement of funds out of the DAC. And they had a functioning interface, a KROWN DAC. We were the first people after them to create a DAC with their software, but they found they needed some more gamification to introduce people to governance. Why governance? They just didn't see the big uptake from nonprofits or companies or even other BPs to get excited about governance. So they created a game. So the real reason behind the game, I believe, we'll have to ask Sarah and the team, was really to teach people about DACs and DAOs and practice governance, and really to use all the new tools that came out on Wax. They were based on EOS before, on Wax, to do the first game. Well, I'm not sure if it was the first, but one of the first that started using NFT assets and this whole thing of owning digital land. So over a year ago, or almost, yeah, but it's a year ago or 2 years now. But at bottom line, they started with a pack sale where you were able to buy land on different planets. And they had a few pack sales and they launched their game in December. And it was really ring true for a lot of people in the space of this ownership and putting land around it. And why bother? Why go through the process if you're not really excited about governance? Was that there was a possibility of obviously earning tokens, and if you were a landowner, the tokenomics are such that the treasury pays landowners every day. And the amount of Trilium you get is 75 Trilium per land you hold. And you want to entice the rest of the miners out there to mine on your land. What the miner gets is he can go out and he starts off without having to pay anything. He creates a Wax account, gets one tool out of 3, and is able to start mining and earning Trilium. And when the player gets onto the alien worlds, he's looking where to mine. There's 6 different planets and different coordinates. So the landowners are out there advertising, hey, come mine with me. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough. The link for Alien Worlds to start mining. I think I posted, but I'll just post it again. Hey, Omer, I'm glad you made it. Just doing a very intro to Alien Worlds. I know you're Omer's was part of the KROWN community for a long time, and he's a very active Alien Worlds participant, and probably knows even more than me. If you look in the Discord channel, Omer's one of the main people helping people out. So I'm really glad you're able to join. Omer started with KROWN and was a really active participant in our KROWN channel as well. I reached out to David as well. He said he was going to join. I think maybe just we tried to do too many different videos at once, so hopefully he joins us as well. David is started with KROWN as well, and he's now an employee of Alien Worlds. All right, so I was telling them why Alien Worlds. I gave them the history of EOS DAC and their governance tools, and kind of using the new tools when they started on Wax to gamify this game, and starting with different assets that you could buy on Atomic Hub. I'll do a screen share here and bring up the Alien Worlds interface. Just 1 second. All right, I'm going to log out so I can show you right from the beginning here. Wow, I don't think I've logged out of this game in a year. All right. All right, if you go to Alien Worlds, and this is meant to be a tutorial, so I don't mind walking you guys through the steps, including if you have enough resources on your Wax wallet to kind of start this off. So I know everyone's time is limited. I really appreciate everyone for joining. And since we're recording this, I thought it'd be a nice intro to, hey, you've never even logged into Alien Worlds. What are the first steps to logging in? So I guess the first question, the prerequisite is to have a .wam account. The reason I believe for Wax's success is they had a very easy wallet to introduce people to the blockchain, where you didn't need to keep your private keys. They created something called a .wam account, and that .wam account in gameplay is has been essential for a lot of these games, where it just triggers your wallet to accept these mining actions, and you don't have to do a lot of clunky wallet actions once you're logged in. Now, a disclaimer: we all know in crypto that if it's not your keys, it's not your wallet. We're very confident in the team and the management team behind Wax, but this is not a custodial wallet. So once you start building up a lot of assets, say if you're going to go buy a piece of land for a couple $1,000s today, there is a way for you to make a custodial wallet on Wax, and it's like every other EOS.io chain where you have your private keys, your owner inactive. But for the gameplay and to introduce people that have never been on a blockchain before, this non-custodial wallet was great. You can log in with Google or one of your other accounts. So yeah, if I can just share from you guys, does everyone have a .wam account? Oh, I see Mark, everyone's has one. Patrick, do you have a .wam? I'd imagine you do.
I want to comment on that, Dwayne, because you helped me out yesterday setting me up, and I really appreciate that. That the first hurdle for me is that 5 WXP to set up a Wax cloud wallet. The problem with that that I've had since January with EOS and Wax is that there's no real way to onboard without passing a KYC. And I appreciate you helping me out with that and gifting me with some more resources. But I went to work right away and picked out a planet and used my shovel and started mining. And one of the things I did notice is the smooth transitions to the pop-up for the authorization for the smart contracts. And my computer, I left it running overnight. It went to sleep, came back up, and it never hiccuped. It works pretty smooth, pretty quickly, and it does show in the pop-up, exactly what's happening with the smart contract. So I am getting a little bit of education, just like you said, from the gameplay. Hey, I'm a gamer. I grew up a gamer. This isn't no game to me. It's like, it reminds me of Shaqroos and Angel Farms. It's like, this is a blockchain game. This is not a real game, but that's the point of it, I guess, is that learning exactly what's going on behind the scenes, and just the whole notion of governance and this sort of, and this fictionalized world. I love it all. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah, that's it. And they've made some alliances with other groups where there's more of an interactive gameplay. And the premise here is they've left a lot of Just gonna get back to Zoom here. They've left a lot of room for other communities to build other tools and to build on top of this. So just 1 second, I'm going to let somebody in here. Oh, maybe not. I believe, don't quote me, but because of the huge usage of Alien Worlds and some of these games, the amount of transactions going through Wax was being gamed a bit. So the depositing FAT5 Wax is rather new. Before you were able just to start an account, and the technicalities behind that, it was putting a lot of pressure on the BPs and the entire network. So to try and cut out spam like a lot of these EOSIO networks do, they started putting in a fee, and it is a little clunky, but a lot of the communities in Telegram and in Discord will kind of help people through and sponsor people, or at the very least, if they're not helping out like I did, you can trade a different token. But that is one of the frictions of needing some crypto or something to start off if you don't go through that KYC. Yeah, Mark.
Hey, so if I want to, what platforms do you recommend if I want to work on, say, getting a chunk of Wax right now? I have like Telos, I have EOS, Liquid. So where's the best swap?
Yeah,
place?
I'll bring up 2 links. Let's see. I'm kind of proud that KROWN is one of the few cross-chain tools that you can actually move KROWN between, say, EOS and Wax. Telos has a similar cross-chain between Telos and EOS. But besides KROWN, if you're going into, say, if you have some EOS and want to try and buy Wax, a lot of the decentralized exchanges aren't doing the cross chain as much anymore. So one of the bigger exchanges, to be honest, it would be easier for me to send you some Wax right now and us to square up later, to be honest. But just to answer the question though, one of the decentralized exchanges is Alcor. And once we get into the weeds or into the asteroids, I guess, or in Alien Worlds, you will notice that one of the incredible things they've done is a lot of cross-chain action. So they're listed on Binance, and their Binance token is actually a Binance coin. So there's a wormhole to go through, a portal to go through to change your Wax Trilium that you earn in the game to the Binance and get onto a MetaMask and be able to use the liquidity in Binance. For the Wax token, one of the markets is Alcor. The Trilium token is TLM. But Alcor lets you trade Wax for different tokens, but it doesn't really help you if you don't have any Wax tokens, right? But Mark, I don't have my reading glasses on. If you, let's see, I can send you some Wax right now to your account. See if I can see that. BW.
Yeah, I was trying to send it to the chat.
UU.wem.
BWNQW.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, great. And I put it in the chat too. So if you wanted to double check or copy paste.
Okay, perfect. Good.
I have some gameplay questions.
Sure.
So in this time we've talked, I've almost doubled my Trilium, because since you got me set up yesterday, I think I did 4 rounds of mining. But since I'm sitting here behind the screen, every time the clicker comes down, I mine some more. So now I realize I can stake my Trilium. I understand, right? So I hit the stake button, and now a transaction request. If you want, I can share my screen, but I just want to make sure I'm doing this right and not like, I don't want to execute a contract that isn't what. So like, can you see this? So I just hit the stake button on this screen and it popped up this thing. And so I'm assuming what's happened is 0.82. That's probably what it was before my last claim. See, now look, I can mine more again. But I could have just approved this, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
my staking is successful.
Yeah, and I'll get into the staking in a bit. The staking has two main reasons why you'd stake. Yeah, and I'll get into that just in a moment. I'm just gonna get Mark some wax here. Like all EOS.io chains, you have three different resources: CPU, net, and RAM. For gameplay, and Omer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think you need about 50 wax to stake to CPU. Nets only uses about 2, and then you have to buy about 5 RAM. So the one thing you won't be able to get back, like all the EOS.io chains, is the RAM. So that's going to be a hard cost. You can always unstake. Let me just get to. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Omer.
Yeah, I'm reading that.
All right.
So this is token weighted DPoS, right?
It is. Yeah.
Thank you.
And hence the reason why we've started a Fractally group to experiment with different, different ways to really get consensus. It's not official, but I would guess that since this is an EOS DAC, rainforest sounds, those are legit. Since this is an EOS DAC project, I would bet that they're probably going to use the same kind of EOS factory, probably on wax, but that's just Dwayne guessing. All right, so I sent you some resources, Mark. Yeah, and that's the first step.
Duan,
yeah.
Sorry, I have just a question.
Yes.
I have just a question.
Yeah.
First thing,
Thank you, 60.
If you have no wax at all, you can go on this Alcor link that you have shown before. That's right.
It's that would only help you if you had some other EOS tokens. I mean, it would only help you if you had some other wax tokens. So one way to get wax space tokens is
Udex.io. It's possible to exchange EOS for wax?
No. So the main way that they've pushed is MoonPay, but like Doug said,
MoonPay.
MoonPay. The friction there is some people don't want to do a KYC because MoonPay is using a credit card to pay. Because there are so many different tribes and communities, a lot of them, if you reached out, a lot of them will probably sponsor a few wax to get a person started. In our KROWN Telegram, we do that for sure. Behind the scenes, Alien Worlds has given each person up to 25 transactions a day as well. So they're making it quite a bit easier to onboard, but it doesn't get past that first 5 wax. And I believe, pretty sure that wax is going towards your RAM. It's just a hard cost that the whole system was paying for before, and they'd have to, like I said, trying to get the spammers out. So definitely
so
a
if you
little
have
bit
already EOS token, and you want just to have some wax token, that's this Alcor link. If you have no wax at all, no EOS at all, let's say, and you are a newcomer, you have to go on MoonPay and there is KYC.
Yeah.
And UDEX is for just between. There is no bridge between the EOS token and the WAX token on UDEX, right?
There used to be. Unfortunately, there's not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah.
There's.
Can you put again the link to Alcor?
Yes.
To Alcor.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
There is another way as well. If you had a Binance account,
if you have, yeah.
But it's a little confusing even there because that's a Binance backed token. So, yeah, it's interesting. One of the successes that the communities really liked, though, was that partnership. They created Binance created a seventh planet in this ecosystem, and they have some staking mechanics and gamification with their world. So they've found a way for you to utilize your Binance-based Trilium to go on to missions, and each mission gives you a reward back in Trilium. So it's kind of the seventh planet, and they've really, that relationship with Binance really helped out the community, just gave it that bigger audience of all of Binance. But yeah, so that the first hurdles is, like you said, getting that first account. KROWN is more of just a tipping token that's worth just fractions and fractions of a cent. But one other way would be to accumulate some KROWN on the EOS chain, and then we have a bridge to bring it over to WAX. I'll just post our KROWN Telegram page. And there's a lot of, in one of the pinned messages, there's kind of the IBC relay of where you send it, how you would move KROWN between chains. To work up to 5 WAX, though, you need a couple million. So we're pretty generous. So, but usually we're not tipping 1 million KROWN in the Telegram bot there.
Okay. About the staking, so it's written staking is currently twofold. It gives you DAO world tokens.
Yeah.
So there is a DAO token also into this alien world.
Yeah.
And
I'll share my screen here too. And yeah,
okay.
Maybe that's, since we're governance people here, I'll go into how their governance system's set up. So let me just share this screen. Where are we here?
And you have more TLM bot to mine if you have DAO world token. That's increase your and there is no ROI, return on investment, for that. Player can stake their Trilium on a planet and in the near future have voting right in that DAO. And there is a Councilors. Yeah, that seems to be like a little bit fractally indeed.
Yeah,
That's nice.
There's 6 planets, all with their different lore and different lands. And maybe let's just go into that before the staking just for 1 second. So hopefully you can see my screen. When you start and say play now, it sends you to a screen that brings up your .wham wallet. I have a little check mark clicked that just says automatically log in. So just automatically logged in. But if I want to mine,
he's got lots of tools.
I got to choose a planet.
I do. I got in early, so I loaded up. And I'll be giving out some tools to everybody today as well. here's the 6 planets. The 7th one in Binance is a bridge. On the left-hand side, you teleport and you do an IBC and move your wax tokens, your Trilium wax, to Binance using MetaMask. And then you can, use this other missions game. So the missions game is the Binance game, where you're actually using the Binance back token. For today's discussion, we're going to just stick with the 6 planets and the governance, and the next meeting we'll kind of go into the missions with Binance. You have 6 exoplanets, and these planets were kind of based on real exoplanets, at least a little bit. So when you start, each one of these planets has a pool of funds that the miners that are mining on them share in their mining efforts. And the way that these different planets have different amounts of Trilium to share circles right back to your question, Doug, about staking on the planets. So currently, there's more people staked on Neri than other planets. So there's more of a pot to share for mining. But that's just not only the only dynamics. If that reward is divided by all the miners mining there. So it could be possible that Veles, even though it has a smaller pot and less people staked on it, if there was less miners, you could get rewarded more. And there's quite a few written up dynamics, but I'm just kind of keeping it simple that each one of these has a share, gets a share of the Trilium. And when you stake to those planets, you're turning your Trilium into that staked planets token. So it's the stake on these planets all have their own tokens. To get back to the mining, I like Neri. I'm gonna go mine over there, and it's choose a land. Each one of these planets has coordinates. I'm going to pull up one of the lands that I'm actually that I actually own, and each land. Well, let me just pause for a second. Let me find a land coordinate. When you start out, having any random land is fine, but over time you'll realize, oh, there's, I get rewarded if, I'm on some of these different lands. Each land has its own specs as well. Oh, slowly but surely. Sorry for the delay. Oh, it's not coming up. Let me try one other thing here. While I'm doing this, I'm going to, it's just taking a bit to bring up our list of lands.
Are you using KROWN?
Yeah, it's just taking its time.
Is there any differences or concerns with certain browsers, like not to use or?
I haven't noticed any differences. I've used Chrome and Brave. It's been fine.
I've used Firefox and it's fine.
Okay, great. Right, let me look for some Neri land here.
So fractal.moon, is that just your account name?
Yeah, you bet.
And that's different than a WAM account name, I guess.
Yeah, there's a way out of that. There's a link in your here we go. 18.3. There's a link in your .wam wallet to create a custodial account. And then we also have some links that you can start a a vanity name, a KROWN name as well. And it doesn't, yeah, so I'll link that right away. My land that I want to mine on is at coordinates 18.3. And it's a methane swampland in Neri. I'm just going to go over to where you would kind of see the assets involved, and I'll be using Atomic Hub under the alien.worlds collection. And it'll show you a bunch of different lands. So each one of these lands, I'm just going to search and show you, say or maybe I won't. But each one of these lands, I'll just bring up one here, has 3 different numbers on it. And for the next meeting, we'll really go into the gamification of what these mean, what cooldown is, and what rewards you get for different lands. But just to give you an idea of some of the lands that they have, you know, tree forest, rocky deserts, dunes, grass coastlines, mountains, active volcanoes, icy deserts. So some interesting lands. Each planet has a different mixture of different lands. Some worlds are very icy, some are mountainous. All right, so choose my lands. I'm just going to go back to the mining process. So I'm going to coordinates 18.3. Once you have the coordinates, it should bring up my Wax wallet to change my mining land, or there we go. So that's kind of the first steps of logging in, choosing where you're going to mine. I'm going to post, we have a community group called Kinder Miners, and it'll give you kind of a list of lands that's available from our group. And I'll just list that in the chat here. And there's obviously a lot to this. I'll get into kind of the more of the reasons you mine on different lands and things. And Patrick, did you need some resources for your .wam account?
Yeah.
If you post your .wam account, I'll set you up.
Yeah, it's novaLTD.eosn.
For that one, for the custodial accounts,
it's Wax account that I use. It's mine.
It is, and that's awesome because it's a custodial account where you own your private and
I own my private key. I don't go with the Wax wallet, with the cloud wallet.
Yeah, for the cloud wallet, the game does not let you mine with a custodial account because of all the in-game automatic actions. It doesn't, it's one of the beautiful things about the Wax wallet is that to continue this gameplay, it just automatically loads.
Okay.
I use the Wax wallet for playing, but then I hold a bunch of my assets and land in a more secure account in my custodial account. So for this purpose, just when you have it, just forward me your .wam account.
So I have to recreate one? Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I cannot use my custodian account.
Yeah.
that will be always like that, or?
For the way they've set it up to be able to have all these automatic mining practices, it would be quite a bit more difficult. It's kind of the reason that Wax has attracted so many games and play to earn games is by having that automatic wallet that can just, you know, do a transaction all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
So by extending a little trust to the platform, it creates an ease of use and simplicity that, and sort of a sacrifice of a little bit of security, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know, the reality is for wide scale adoptance, just people and their keys and handling their keys, it's like it might be better if somebody else handled their keys. I'm not sure about that. You know, even I myself, I get like I've already.
No, I understand why they don't want to use a custodian. Now my noveltd.eosn is a custodian account, right, Duan?
Yes.
And they want to use only non-custodian account to be able to go with the Wax wallet that is supporting social login and all this stuff, but at the price of the security, maybe. But
I got a question for you, Dwayne. I found the methane swampland on Neri in Atomic Hub, and I posted the link there in the chat. And I see there's a minting. It says the one I'm looking at is 59 of 75. There's a max of 75. And so when you had the coordinates, am I to assume that every unique NFT mint has a different coordinate in the game?
Yeah, each one of those lands, I'll just bring it up. Let me just bring this up for a sec. Where did Atomic go here? Yeah, in the metadata or in the, oh, here we go. 1 second. Sure.
It has some attributes.
So yeah, so all the attributes, once you click it, you'll be able to see the attributes on the left, and the coordinates for this one would be 13.8. So each one of them has a different coordinate, and each one of them's on a different world. The delay, difficulty, and ease and luck, those are the attributes on kind of a calculation of combined with what you're mining with, which tools combined with this determines what you get, you know, for a reward for mining. Now you wouldn't want to, all the ones for sale. Oh no, I guess if they're for sale, the person that owns them would still be getting a percentage of your mining rewards, and everyone has a different commission on what they're taking when you mine on their lands. So let me just,
so when you purchase it, they still have some sort of
if you purchase it, you then decide what commission you're going to take out of the miner's cut of mining on your land. So the ones for sale might not be the you know, I posted a list of the kinder miners lands that our group has, and you know, you can mine on those. And let me just bring up.
So I guess the X and Y are the coordinates.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Duan, I have posted my non-custodian account.
Ah, perfect.
That I have for Wax.
Okay, awesome.
I have played with that already, but that's make a while.
Oh,
and
cool.
Kinder Miner is the website where I know it's Telegram. Sorry, I was
yeah, and it's a list. We all these communities that own land are competing for your attention for you to mine on their land. So
on their land.
not good enough anymore to just say, hey, come mine over here. You want to see what is that landowner taking for a commission? The normal commission's 5%. The most is 20%. If someone's charging 20%, they should have a good reason of why they're doing that. Maybe they're supporting a cause, or maybe they're giving you a lot more rewards. So in Kinder Miners, if you mine on our land, we have a daily promotion that you go into a daily draw. And if you mine on there and mine more than a certain amount per mine, you get an extra draw. And the daily winner gets 40 wax, 500,000 or 50,000 KROWN, and an NFT. And we're just one small community in the alien worlds, the bigger groups. There's other groups that are really engaging every day to say mine here, and we're giving out way bigger rewards. So our to become relevant in the game, all these different groups are competing by giving out more and more interactive rewards. So the game is just kind of the scaffolding, and all these other people are getting you to play other games or team up with people to go through a challenge to say, do a golf course, do this, mine on this land on Monday, then Tuesday and Wednesday. So the community has really been the pushing force to get activity and get more people to mine by having all these different activities. And the more these communities come up with innovative ways, you could, if you had enough of a group, you could create games on top of Alien Worlds, or almost, if you had a big enough reach, you could almost develop your whole new world, and it's kind of unlimited. So for me, the excitement about Alien Worlds is this not just this click to play and earn some Trilium. It's that they've done all the heavy lifting to create all these dynamics that if we wanted to, with a big enough group, we could do something new on top of it. There's something called the Uplift world, where they created more of a visual 3D worlds on top of Minecraft. And I know people are sending their communities there to do something more interactive and rewarding them for doing that, and rewarding them in Trilium. A lot of people are saying, hey, this is my land here, and they're promoting.
But you have to buy an NFT to unlock your land on Uplift World. You have to buy an NFT that will unlock you the access to your land on the Uplift World. Yeah. But here, what I think very interesting with this Alien World is the staking model and this DAO world token mechanism that what's your name? Omer has posted. Yeah, very interesting. And about the CPU that's use a lot of CPU when you do transaction with this Alien World, because you say there is 25 transactions per day supported for every block explorer. So that's use a lot of transaction when you
They do give you some 25 transactions for free, and I just know that the whole wax ecosystem is needing a little bit more resources. Because I do a lot of transactions, I need a couple hundred wax on CPU because I do things outside of the Alien Worlds network, and then the RAM starts going up. As a starting point, 50 CPU, 2 nets, and 8 RAM should be a decent start.
A decent, okay.
Yeah.
Have you sent me some TLM in my account?
Yeah, I sent you some wax to do those 2 stakes and then to buy some RAM. Yeah, Dan.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the summary so far. It's very interesting. I'm wondering about the RAM. You said 8 RAM. Do you mean 8 wax worth of RAM or 8 kilobytes worth of RAM?
Yes, that's all in wax. Yeah, so 8 wax and RAM. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry, I have something I have not got it. You have sent me wax in my non-custodian account, WAM, and then I have to go on this link That was the which one? The to buy the TLM.
And you won't need any TLM now. That wax is just to fuel up your account. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the really nice thing about the game is that you just need that account and they give you one tool to start mining. And as a newbie, you don't need anything else to start interacting with the game. Once you start mining, you start getting some TLM.
TLM, you need Trilium.
That's what you mine, right?
That's what you mine. You don't need anything to participate in the game. The wax account is kind of a, you just and the waxed ecosystem has been it's not Alien Worlds that's making you stake to the account. That's kind of wax. So the requirement to have
but Trilium I can earn Trilium if I have mining on the land. I can mine. Yeah. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
I can mine on the
Patrick.
land and I earn Trilium. Okay.
Patrick, I already have 0.082 Trilium staked on Ike. So you got to catch up to me.
You can also have DAO.
I'm gonna try a diversified portfolio and put a little on each planet and see which one performs better over time.
But you know what would be very interesting? It's to create a DAO.
Yeah, and they have
the point.
I'll just share once again.
And Dan plus me plus Doug plus Mark, we create a DAO into this alien world. On mettre de Yeah Baby DAC, the Yeah Baby DAO, something like that.
So the governance. Let's just go over here.
Are you part of the governance, Duan? I see you very political. Huh?
Yeah, I'm getting a failed to fetch error.
Okay. That's a good. That's great because that's one of the. All right, we're gonna go for support, Omer. Have you ever received that question before, Omer? Oh, you're on.
You're muted, and yes, 1,000 times.
Mark has generated a new error.
No, he's seen it 1,000,000 times. You're still muted, Omar.
Omer, you are muted. There is a help desk.
Yeah, this article because before we get that error, and also they will help you if it didn't help. Also, I can help you about you can check your notes about the system because is
David has ears and some of his droids and AIs and multiverses and universes. So the second that David does a lot of support. So the second you said you had an air fail to fetch, you can see that David popped right in. So good timing, David. Thank you for coming through the wormhole. You obviously heard through different dimensions.
That's a background.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dude, you see, it's a background.
I'm not sure if you've ever heard that one before.
It's gorgeous.
Hello, guys.
That's the beautiful background.
Hey, David.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, very cool.
So you were talking about fail to fetch, I hear.
Doug, you can change your background tomorrow already. You are obsolete.
Looks like my failed to fetch is, I look at this workaround that Omar put out a link to, and it says restart my router. And so I can't move forward because I want to preserve the call. But
Sure.
I get it. It sounds like we got to a good spot, at least for me. So go for it. If you want to talk anything else more, please feel free.
But yes,
For sure. One of my favorite lands in the planets is the mushroom forest. So I just went over there right now.
Hey, help me out here, Dwayne. I started mining on Ike. Now I want to do something else. So what do I do here exactly? Can I share my screen? So this is what I'm looking at right now. And how did I even get here? I think I clicked on this thing right here. So if I wanted to mine on another planet now, see, I'm going to claim this one.
So the fact that you don't see anything that's connected to the fail to fetch, there's, I think, some issues with the APIs that are handling the assets right now. And that is the same problem with the, on the teleport, it's the same, the API that fetches token balances. So
Okay.
that's
Doug,
why you can't see any
if you
land.
stop sharing, I'll show you my screen. I'll show you where it's supposed to be.
Okay. So
Yeah. How to mine? That was easy. Claim. Now I see how to mine.
Yeah, David, if there's something I can do with the failed to fetch, please let me know. Be glad to, but I can't
think it's
really
out of
restart my
your hands.
router.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
it's out of hands. We're working on that. It seems some people around the world don't have those problems, others do, and we're trying to figure out if that's something on our systems, or it doesn't look like it. It looks like either Wax or Cloudflare, but we're investigating this right now.
Got it.
that's interesting you said that because I've been noticing weird things with that seem to be DNS related.
Ah. Maybe if you use your VPN, that will be okay.
Could be, that could help, but it's
Voilà, Marc.
doesn't for anyone.
You
For
use your
everyone.
VPN and that will be okay.
You know what I
You
found
have a
is
VPN
interesting
client.
is I've changed my
Okay, thanks,
primary.
Patrick.
I've changed my primary and
Sorry, I
secondary
don't know.
DNS
maybe.
servers on my router, and I found out that there's certain sites that won't resolve properly, or they're like blacklisted for like that happened with Fractally with Fortinet. There's a web firewall that had blacklisted Fractally's website. It was interesting because I was like,
Okay,
man, how did I do
try.
that?
I am in Switzerland. I will try without VPN to see if it's works. It's playalienworlds.io. Okay, playalienworlds.io. And I connect with my Wax account. Alien Worlds.
Doug, the question, I have it up on the screen on how to, when it is working, how to change a planet. It'll just be in the top left under mining, and it allows you to switch the planet or just switch the land in the current planet you're mining.
No, I
on,
see it now. It's
or
totally
switch
obvious.
tools. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't scroll up enough, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, we were talking about governance, and on the left side, you'll see a governance button. And
Wait,
it kind of
yes.
takes me to those planets. And we kind of said the two reasons for staking. One is you're adding to the weight of that planet, of how much it distributes. And then it's going to be used in the future to, for their governance model. So yeah, there isn't, I mentioned that Binance missions that we'll go over later. They send you on missions and you get rewarded for staking to a mission. This one, there's no API as far as like a bonus in Trilium, but it's one of the main mechanics in the game as far as people staking to the planets to fill up that planet's pot so it can distribute rewards. And then it's going to be used for their governance. There should be, if I remember, a place that you can sign up, and community members can sign up to be counselors for different planets. There's a cost. I did it quite a long time ago. At that time, I believe it was 5,000 Trilium. I'm not sure if that's the same right now.
I can say something about that.
Sure.
So full government. So the old council registration site is no longer supported or maintained. It probably works, but I wouldn't recommend it if you want to unregister. It's an arduous process.
Okay.
But the full DAO release is less than 2 months away, and they will come with a proper interface integration, registration, and DAO election, I guess, then as well. So this is just all getting hammered out.
Nice. Perfect. And then I imagine anybody that's like myself that registered as a, registered already would be integrated into that system.
Hey, I got a question. I switched to Neri. I looked for 18.3, and then when I tried to start mining, I got an error, but it looked like it actually succeeded. But
Okay.
it said build CPU time is greater than maximum billable CPU time for the transaction. 384 US. I don't know what that means. Does that mean
You have to power up your account.
I have to
You
do
can
what?
use powerup.io. No, it's Wax. Sorry.
Yeah.
Powerup.io from John Boyd is only for EOS.
But
Not
then
sure that it is not for Wax.
after I got that error, I ran it again. It gave me the error again, but it said mined 0.0177 TLM.
Yeah, it's very well known, this message, because
So
you have not enough CPU.
Okay, so anyways, that's your land there, I think.
So you get 25 free transaction normally per 24 hours. And when those run out, then it falls back to the transaction to resources that you have on your wallet, stake, CPU, stake net, and the RAM you bought, which is on
That means
EOS
that
called
Dogbu
the
has
whole
already
power up.
played for 25 transactions.
Oh, I can't believe that. Have I been messing around with it that much?
Well, the land changing is one transaction, and equipping tools is a transaction. So if you're setting things up, you're burning through this faster than if you have set it up already.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
That you have already played for 25, it's possible. I see you.
If I leave the browser window open, I see the buttons there to click on, I just click on it. I feel like Chacruz and Angel Farmers, but he has his program in the back end. We're not supposed to run clients or automated things with this. I understand.
Nice. No, I love this this world. That's the first game that was created on Wax before Upland. No, Upland is not a game, but I would say it's.
Yeah, it was one of the first with these mechanics and land and yeah.
And there is an interface between Alien World and Upland.
Uplift.
No,
Rumor
Upland,
has it,
Upland.
or Upland. I don't believe so. Rumor has it that there's some wormholes and things being created to interact with Uplift. I'm not in the know. I'm just guessing. There's might be some activity there. I'm going to post just something in the chat, and it redirects you back to our Go Fractally group. But why I'm posting that is I'm not always capturing all your .wham accounts, and I don't want to take the meeting too long because there's so many things to cover. Today was basically just to get everyone into the UI and mining and just touch a little bit on governance. But you will notice, and it's getting loud out here as well, but you'll notice it gives you one tool. You have 3 slots for 3 tools. So to reward you guys just for participating, if you fill out this little form on Go Fractally, I'm going to have your .wham account, and I'm going to be sending you another tool. When you start earning and you want to go buy a tool, you can buy tools at Wax.atomic Hub, and their assets are divided into tools, lands, and different categories. And I think we'll leave it at that because there's quite a bit to go into of why would you want a better tool? Why would you want a better rarity of tool? And why would you mine on different lands that have different attributes? But I think this is a really good intro just to get you a Wax wallet, know how many that you need some resources for it, and to at least do that little start, and we can kind of continue this conversation. I'll leave an open meeting for an hour. I just don't want to go too long. But yeah, we'll have a kind of the next steps for intros to Alien Worlds next Monday at the same time. And then Doug as well, we can try some maybe StreamYard and different ways to record and share this content as well. But I'm going to stop recording now, guys. Or actually, let me just give a couple minutes out to kind of finish this, and if you guys have any questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Patrick. I updated my VPN. I believe I'm now not throwing that error, and I wanted a way to verify, am I mining or not?
I suppose yes.
Well, you can't tell until I give you some feedback about
Because
what
I
I'm
have tests on
seeing.
my side also.
Yeah,
You can
It's
check
the
on
same.
blocks. You just put
Okay,
your wallet in the
blocks.
Explorer and just
For
check.
this
and
reason,
then
I
see
give
the
you
mine.
So now I'm
VPN.
checking. What
Yeah,
am I
let's just-
checking for on blocks?
So you put your wallet into wax.blocks.io,
Done.
and then you should see the last transaction should be the mine if you're not doing anything else. And it should have a
Yeah.
memo
Okay,
of
looking.
mine Trilium, something like that. And
Waxblocks.io.
Okay, I do not see any MINE. I see about 6 different instances. So it doesn't look like I'm mining. Okay, so I can to work toward that this week and meet again next week, unless it's easy fix, because it looks like I have my lands chosen, and you know, it also shows me you know, that actual area 18.3 on Neri, and it's just I'm on the Alien Worlds land page, and so I could just say start mining or something, but it might be a little trickier than that.
It shouldn't be. Do you press the? I believe you press the. When you put in the coordinates, the picture of the land will come up, and I believe you just press that that picture to start mining.
no.
Okay,
So you
yeah.
set the land, and that
Right.
worked. But to
Okay.
mine, you actually have to press the button. And sometimes right now, because the Wax APIs are having some issues, it's a bit janky. Sometimes you just have to press it again. The button will just come back and say mine, basically saying nothing happened. And just sometimes you have to press it 1 or 2 times.
Yes.
So should I switch land, because it's already got the land there? When I hit switch land, I can put 18.3. It says there are no lands matching the selected criteria. I can say reset, and I can do 18.3 again, and it says the same thing. There are no lands that, oh, this is different. Okay, the janky side of it just showed up. So, okay, that worked this time. I clicked the specific 18.3 card, and I'm waiting on a page now, load transaction. And you say that's probably it, and I should see stuff in my blocks.
Well, no,
What?
you have to press mining too. So that selecting land is one
Okay,
thing,
I
and
see.
then
I
at the top you
approved.
should see the mine button.
I got error assertion failure when I approved
Duan?
that transaction. That error assertion error was it came when I approved the transaction. I think you understand what I'm saying.
Did you try to set the land again, the same land or any
Yes.
land? Okay, yeah, that he doesn't like that because it will
Error,
just give you
land
error
not
saying,
changing.
yeah, exactly. But what if, so to mine, no, you just have to click the mine button at the top. That should be visible.
Looking. I see mining, and next to it, it says switch tools, switch planet, switch land. So I don't have an actual mine button on my.
Okay, maybe just refresh the page for once. Maybe the interface hasn't noticed that you actually have a land selected.
Oh,
It will
share a
do.
screen. Is your screen shared?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah, I see it on my mind. You know, it's kind of done as many times.
All right, so everybody can see this. I clicked this, it came up with that approval request, and then it says land not changing. So I will come here and refresh the page as directed. This now refreshed. No
Do you have
lands. It
tools
shows
equipped?
this. I do not. I don't believe. Tools looking
Okay.
like here. This
Yeah,
which
so
tools you mean?
Yes, so go there, land is selected, that's fine. So now since you don't have tools equipped, the mine button does not show right now. So if you go here, equip some tools, then you will see the mine button and then you can mine. So just click on the set where you are here and then it should show you that shovel and ask you to confirm.
Should be momentarily.
Huh. It pops up in a new tab and not in a pop-up window.
Yeah, it's browser setting probably.
Yeah.
All right, great. And I'm looking for the mine button now.
Any second now.
Okay, I can wait for it or I can refresh if need be.
Or just refresh it, yeah.
Thank
the
you
same
so
thing.
much.
There it is.
All right, thanks. That was the minimum. All right, good.
That was great because I missed the add your tool just because I've had my tools already on. So that was a pivotal step that we missed. So I'm glad we didn't go forward and not include that add a tool. I just thought the first tool was just automatically added. So thanks so much for that, David.
Right. Mark,
And was
before you
that tool
go
automatically
blocks,
given to me?
it was,
Thank
but
you,
not
yeah.
equipped. Mark, before you blocks, so you click mine and then you have to click again, claim the mine, because the first step is just calculating the thing, the nonce, and then you have to click it again when the button turns blue and go claim mine, and then it spins the circle thing, and then you can see the action on blocks.
Okay, looking, circle spinning, new tab opening and loading. This is a signature transaction here shortly. Just waiting on the transaction to load.
So I've been manually approving each signing request every time I mine. I guess there's a checkbox just to have it done automatically. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, is that unless, I don't know, there's like security concerns or it's just ease of use.
Doesn't work right now, unfortunately. So this checkbox would work if your the app is whitelisted by Wax.io, but we are not whitelisted for them. So even if you check the checkbox or not, it will not change anything, unfortunately, because we are not in the whitelisted category because for concerns about abusing this with automation. So
Interesting.
it doesn't do anything. You can just click it, and then when it comes up next time, you'll be like, well, why is it coming up again? Well, that's why.
I hope everybody caught that.
Duplicate
That's great.
transaction rules.
Success.
Thank you.
Now
Yay.
the
He has duplicated a transaction that was written on the bottom right.
the
An assertion failure. Yeah.
no, that one went through. I saw the little, it showed you how much you mined. Now your first thing that you're thinking right now is, I have to click a button every 4 minutes. Well, that's the whole point of getting 3 tools. And then the next video will show there's different lands that have different tools and lands that'll decide on, a longer period. So I got in early, so I have some more rarer tools. So my mining period is 3 hours. So I click a button every 3 hours instead of 4 minutes. So don't get frustrated that you always have to press it every 4 minutes. I'll be sending you some tools that'll kind of make your mines a little bit longer. And then as we go through this process next week, you'll see some of the other things you could do to get better rarity tools, and then what the different numbers on your tools mean and what the different numbers on the lands mean. But I think we had success.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I agree.
I really appreciate
Also mine
David
too.
and Omer, the experts in the group. I I've been rusty in my my onboarding. I just pressed my button, so I'm really glad you kind of walked us through the first steps to this metaverse.
I have filled your form in case. Okay. Yeah, baby too.
All right. Well, thanks so much, guys. Any last thoughts? Any other questions?
I just want to say thank you, Dwayne, for organizing this, and also David and Omer. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And yeah, also, do you say we're going to do this every week, or?
Yeah, we'll do it at the same time. It might be a different recording platform, but we'll keep the time the same at Monday, 1600 UTC.
By signing the form, you agree that you come every week.
Yeah, now you're.
I have signed the form. Now I have to come every week.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you misread it. By signing the form, it just means you came every week.
No, it's okay.
That's good.
Great. Well,
I
thanks so
trust you,
much,
I will
guys.
come every
We'll
week.
see you. We'll see you through the wormhole. And your challenge for this week is that I'll ping you, and in an hour or so, you'll have another tool that you'll have to go through the process and add. It'll be in your account, but it's not going to be utilized in the game unless you just go through the process that Mark went to add another tool. So, all right. Thanks, explorers. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you, Duan. Thank
Cool.
you.
Looking forward
Thanks,
to it.
guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.